Hi everyone. Well, I am back from hiatus. I just moved about 3,000 miles across the country, so it's been quite a journey the last few weeks, right? So, full moon in Taurus. The guides have been telling me since I landed here for 2 weeks, I had to make this video. And the last couple days I've been like, okay, it's getting really close to the full moon in Taurus. What are we going to say? So this actually is a very deep message, which makes perfect sense since we're in Scorpio season. Scorpio is the sign that is going down to the depths of who we are, including really exploring the shadow side of who we are. But what this full moon is doing, it's illuminating that shadow, those secrets, that which has been hidden, that which we want to hide, and it's all coming to the surface right now. So this actually is kind of a complex message which Spirit brought through this morning. So I'm going to give you all the pieces and tie it together the best that you can. You can see my kitty's tail here in the background. So anyway, perfect little familiar for me, right, for Halloween. So anyway, full moon in Taurus 2020 takes place on October 31st, 2020. This is jam-packed, this full moon energy. I am doing this on Tuesday the 27th October of 2020. The full moon, plus or minus 3 days. Those are the effects that it has. And so, I'm doing this before we really get into the height of the full moon energy. But if you're like me, which everybody on this video is, you're all very sensitive, so you've been feeling it, for probably a few days now at least. So anyway, full moon in Taurus. The full moon, what does that represent? That represents completion, healing, and manifestation. Taurus, in this case, what we're going to be talking about with Taurus is value. Taurus is about what you value. It's about the material world. It's ruled by Venus, so it also has a direct tie to the goddess of love and to all the goddess energy. Also, too, self-esteem. And this is the overall message for this full moon in Taurus on Samhain, on Halloween, this is a time of a revolutionary upgrade for our self-esteem, our self-worth, and our self-value, for the planet, for humanity, individually, and for the entire collective. This is the opportunity we have. Yes, this full moon has a lot of turbulent energy around it. There's no doubt about it. We have the planet Uranus, which is in Taurus also. So we've got the full moon in Taurus, we've got Uranus in Taurus. What is Uranus? The revolution, the change, the transformation, the future, the innovation. Okay? So, this influence of the full moon illuminating Uranus and Taurus, they're right on top of each other, by the way. Right on top of each other. In astrological terms, are conjuncting. So, they are acting as one unit in Taurus, essentially. This is the revolutionizing of our ability to come into our full embodiment of high self-esteem and worthiness. Generations and lifetimes of patterning around not feeling good enough, not being enough, not feeling we're enough, is now being able to dissolve in the highest vibration of this energy. Now, there's underlying influences around this. Let's go to the Halloween Samhain part. Most people know what Halloween is, especially I'm in the States, so I've been celebrating it since I could walk. But Samhain is actually the ancient Celtic term around this holy day. This was considered the last harvest day of the year. It's the ending of an old cycle. And the following day is the new year. We start a new cycle, okay? So we're in that, we're in the full moon completion, we're in Samhain completion, and we have this ability to end these old phases of not feeling good enough, not feeling we're enough, and open up to another dynamic of retrieving our power. So, the other part of this is we have Mars in Aries, right? And Mars in Aries is the warrior. And as we all know, the warrior can be that who's in conflict, that who's in fighting. I gotta show you, right? However, higher vibration, being the sacred warrior in the service of love. This is what we're elevating this energy to, if we so choose. So what does the warrior do? The warrior in its highest vibration protects the innocent and stands its ground and sets firm, healthy boundaries and knows how to say no. What is the foundation for our high self-esteem? It's all of that. So this Mars and Aries energy really is a supportive function of us in this revolutionary upgrade to really come into the fullness of who we are. And the next part of that is Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio. Mercury retrograde, no matter what sign it's in, always brings in an aspect of the past. What we are bringing in this aspect of the past here is that of our ancestry. We know that Halloween and Samhain, and then November 1st, El Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, and All Saints' Day in the Catholic tradition. All of these have to do with those who have gone before us, who have passed, the ancestors, those on the other side. So, this Mercury retrograde, which doesn't end until November 3rd, so we're going to be really strongly in it during almost this entire full moon energy. We are here to really bring healing from the ancestors up and through the lineages, and then back and down. So we're receiving and giving at the same time. The ancestors are a part of this big cycle. That's what they were showing me earlier. Then also too, in Scorpio, like we said, we're in the big Scorpio sun sign right now. So that which is hidden, that's the shadow aspect. We know the shadow aspect that we're talking about is low self-esteem, which is really propagated and promoted by just advertising alone. Let's talk about even the Adam and Eve story, okay? Of women being the basis of original sin. All of these cultural overlays which promote low self-esteem and not feeling good enough, not being good enough, are now able to dissolve in this energy if we so choose. This takes courage. It takes the ability to really dive deep and have the desire to work with the ancestors. And it takes a real knowingness to be able, and an openness. Remember, this is the time of the year where the veil's thinnest. And so it's an openness of working with the ancestors and your guides and your angels to bring through the highest amount of healing, if you so choose, in this energy. And so we've tied all of that together. Also, too, we have to remember that this revolutionary upgrade in our self-esteem, our self-value, and our self-worth begins at home. So everyone who's listening to this is a light worker, a way shower, and a light bearer. You know, we're all here as Aquarian beings ushering in the Aquarian age. And so this all begins at home. And so we illuminate this from the inside out and bring it out across the planet. This could be a very, just a potent time of being able to bring dramatic soul growth for ourselves. And we're going to set the intention here. Let it be easy, effortless, joyful, and peaceful. But there may be situations, and there may be currently situations in your life that have come forward and for this purpose. Any situations where you have to stand up for yourself, where there's conflict, where you're fighting with somebody else, whatever it is, this is all part of this soul growth in this energy. And then this energy is really going to, they're showing me build and build and build until winter solstice. Okay? And then when Saturn goes into Aquarius and Jupiter goes into Aquarius, we're really, they're really going to open up a bigger door. What I'm hearing is the question that has been coming through is, what would love do? That's how we stay in the highest vibration of all of this possible turbulent energy, is to continue to ask ourselves, what would the love do? And that allows us to ride the revolutionary wave of soul growth coming into wholeness and fullness. It feels like, and I'm seeing like, I feel like this huge collective soul retrieval that can happen right now. Retrieving back our power from when we've left it back in, whether it's in a biological lineage or whether it's in a soul lineage, okay? So this is dealing with past lives as well as just our own biological ancestry, our maternal and our paternal lines, okay? So, that being said, okay, let's pull some cards. So the first deck that came through so strongly is Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors deck. I love this oracle, and also it's illustrated by Lily Moses. We want to give a shout out to her as the artist of this beautiful deck. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle it right in front of you. So what call upon the ancestors and the angels that love us unconditionally. We call upon the divine guidance that love us unconditionally. And we open ourselves up to the message of the highest healing and insight for this full moon in Taurus. Okay, here it is. Oh, wow, I love this. Okay, Shaolin Master. I'm going to read you the card. Be graceful in movement and action. Okay, Shaolin Master. It's the warrior energy, but it's the sacred warrior. It's the ninja. It's about being the warrior that is gentle and has patience and is in non-reaction, okay? So this brings in that energy of being able to really have patience with yourself and with others. And, to be, if you're being triggered, to forgive yourself, that you're not a bad person, that you're not, this is all part of that self-esteem thing. We're human. Yeah, we came in here to be light workers and light bearers and way showers. However, we are human. So this is about self-forgiveness too, and I feel that's a big part. That's what's coming through right now. This is a big part of this self-esteem message, is the self-forgiveness, okay? So just going back to this, going back to being the Shaolin Master, being graceful in movement and action, bringing in just the I am grace mantra. I'm hearing In those moments where you may be feeling angry and triggered, I am grace. I am grace. I am grace. And the second, and this deck is, oh, sorry, that's the one we already saw, right? Okay, so our other deck is the Messenger Oracle by Raven Felon, and she is both the artist and the creator of the deck. And these have a very, I love the Ancestors deck because we have so much ancestor energy coming through. And this oracle has that real Celtic-y kind of feel to it, and I love that about it. So it's a perfect time for a Samhain Halloween message. And so we call upon divine guidance who loves me and humanity unconditionally. We call upon the ancestors and the angels, all who love me and humanity unconditionally. We call upon dragon medicine who loves me and humanity unconditionally. We open ourselves up to the message of love and light, healing and insight that we need most for the full moon in Taurus. Okay. Let's see what we've got going here. Oh, we got two. Okay, we're gonna go with the two. Ah! You know, you can't make this stuff up, right? Everybody saw me shuffle the cards. Respect your boundaries. Respect your boundaries. Okay? This is part of what the triggering is going to be. We're coming out of victim doormat mode. We're coming into the strongest phase of the divine feminine, whether you're a man or a woman. We're coming out of being, and remember too, this is past life stuff. So all of us have been men and women in other lifetimes on this planet. We're just going to deal with the planet today. We're not going to talk about the galactics. But this is about us stepping out of that, okay? No longer are we victors or victims. This is the Aquarian age. We come into this unity consciousness, this Christ consciousness that allows us to recognize that everyone is a soul embodied, and that we can come from a higher space, even triggered. We can still come back and say, what would love do? I am grace. And as grace embodied, how do I act in the vibration of love? And that doesn't mean to not be in sacred anger. This is dragon. The dragon's the one, you know, dragon can be, they can be very fiery, hey. So, you know, dragon's like, stand your ground, respect your boundaries. Okay, and what was the other one? Oh, God, this is gorgeous. So gorgeous. Let two become one. I didn't even look at this card when we were talking, and we brought in the dragon medicine is bringing in the energy of the divine feminine and the divine masculine coming together at this moment in time in their highest vibration, stepping apart any of that victim energy, really just dissolving it, because doesn't matter if you're a man. The human collective has really been playing in the old 3D paradigm of needing to buy this to make me happy, needing to look like this to make me happy, needing to have this much money to make me happy, needing to have this house to make me happy, needing to be, you know, in this position, in this role to make me happy. And all of that goes back to just feeding, you know, not being good enough, not feeling that you're good enough. Because we are enough. We are born perfect. As an emanation and a reflection directly off the Godhead, as a spark of that energy of source. And so, this revolutionary upgrade to our self-esteem, our self-worth, and our self-value is bringing us into that space of recognizing that we are directly derived from the Godhead itself. That our soul, is a part of the source of all that is. And so, that being said, the ancestors and the angels and the guides, great spirits, all who love us unconditionally, God, Goddess, bless all of us and are always here to support us in this great journey of 2020. So many blessings to you, a blessed Samhain. And I'm getting the message already that I'm probably going to pull some cards on the morning of Halloween, on the morning of Samhain, because there's something else that could be added to all of this. So, namaste, many blessings, bye.